Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to do my May weekly tracker review. I obviously just started this channel, so I couldn't go over my May weekly tracker throughout the month of May. So I'm just going to go over my categories and how it laid out and how much I spent, and just reviewing everything from the month of May, just starting out budgeting and where my mind was at and how much debt I paid off. I'll let you guys know how much I paid off. Yeah, so let's just get started. Week 1. So May, our first paycheck was on the 4th. So instead of going back from the 1st, I just put days 4 till 9 on week 1. So my first category is eating out. I also own a candle business, so I do expenses for that. My baby, I like to have a track of the expenses that I do with my baby. He eats formula and it's very expensive. I just want to keep track of like how much I spend on him. I just kind of want to keep track of it. I want to have grocery money for groceries, and then I want to make sure he has everything, so I want that separated. Gas, groceries, and other. So I'm going to put spent and remaining. So the first week was kind of all right. We weren't sticking too hard onto the budget. I tried my best, but you know, tough days call for eating out. So I spent $77.96, and I budgeted last month $200 for eating out. So remaining, I had $122.04, which wasn't bad. For my candles, week 1, I spent $41.28. I had $33.72 remaining. So I had $75 that I allowed myself to use. Then we spent $65 on the baby. So I had $85 left for the month. First week we spent $109.87 on groceries. The month of May, I allowed us $600 for groceries. Gas, we spent $50 this week, and that was on our Jeep there. So we had $80 left over. And then other was $79.66. So we had $20.34 left over. And yeah, that was a $100 budget. All right, so I like to total the amount spent just to see. So in that week, I spent $423.77. Let's go to week 2. Week 2, I put the 10th to the 17th. I'm not going to write out these categories again. I'll just go down the line so it makes it easier. So eating out, $89.73. Let's put an E and an O for eating out. So we had $32.31 left over. My candle business, I spent $74.21. So I already went over on this category, so I put negative $40.49. I also did make money from my candles this day, so the amount that I've spent the past 2 weeks on my candle business, it all came back, plus more, so I'm not worried about the negative 40. For the baby, we spent $32.48, which left us with $52.52. Groceries for this week, we spent $152.38. So we had $337.75 left over. And gas, my husband filled up, so that was $30. So we had $50 left over. And then other was $39. We did go over, but it was necessary items, so I'm not too worried about that. This week I spent a total of $417.80. I don't know what happened with this week and why I only did 4 days. Like, I just got super excited and total up my totals before that week was even up, because the next week I put the 23rd to the 31st. But whatever, I already have the numbers down, so I'm just gonna go with it. So eating out, we did $12.50. And again, that was just little coffees and stuff, so $20.19 left over. My candle business, I didn't spend anything, just because I had that weekend sales at the farmer's market and I just wanted to take a break for myself, have a weekend off, so just relaxed. The baby, I spent $7.99 on diapers. I redeemed some points, so instead of it being $37.99, I redeemed $30 and got it for $7.99. For groceries, we spent $161.57. Left over, we had $176.18. Gas, I spent $60 in my Jeep again. Gas prices went up this week, so that's why it's $10 more. So I was over on my gas budget by $10, but I didn't really think that the gas prices would go up, so, or that I'd have to fill up my Jeep twice. But whatever, it's only $10, so I'm not too worried about that. And then other, I'll just write it out. Other was $28.68. And I had $10.02 left over. So for that week, or 4 days, whatever, it was $270.74. And last but not least, we have week 4. Yeah, I had the 23rd to 31st. I don't know why I did that again, but I did. So eating out, this one was a big number. It was $144.76. My husband and I don't get out much since we have an 11-month-old, so we finally got a date night. There's a new restaurant that opened up in town and they're a little bit expensive, and We went out for an ice cream date. Anyways, totally worth the money. We had a great time at our date. So I was negative $124.57 in my $200 budget, which is outrageous because I think I don't know, two people shouldn't spend $350 of eating out money when they're in debt. But you know, sometimes plans don't go the way you want to. But anyways, I did not spend anything on my candles, so we were still at negative $40.49. My son is $65.97, and we were negative $21.44 with him. Groceries, we spent $107.86, so we still had $68.32. Gas, we didn't spend anything, so we were still negative $10. And other, I did buy a plane ticket with this other category because I, again, don't have sinking funds, but I did set aside money for that. I just didn't know what category to put it in, so I put it under other just for now. So $143.70. The plane ticket was $100, so the $43.70 was just, again, extras. So I was over that category, $133.68. And for that week, I spent $462.29. All right. So totaled up all together, if we look back at all these totals that I have, I'm going to put this back. We spent a total expenses of $1,582.59. So when I saw this number, I was about to throw up a little bit, but I didn't. So I have adjusted my budget accordingly for next month so that this number is dropped down significantly. I also did have, I put a total of $700 to my debt snowball, which I am so shocked about because we have little to spare. Each paycheck we have little to spare. There's so many bills, so many expenses, and you know, it's just a lot for us. So the fact that I sold very well with my candles and my husband did overtime, this paying $700 in debt was huge, and we feel like this big relief. So even though this number was high, I still got to pay off $700 in debt, so that felt so good. So if you want to stay tuned and watch my weekly updates, I'll have weekly updates of the June tracking, so stay tuned, and yeah, I will do weekly videos of that. So thanks for watching. All right, thanks, bye guys.